Hello. Do you still remember me? I'm right here. Yes, I have come back from the void. Alright, well, let me get up there. Yes. Hello everyone. I don't know why, but I am super nervous about this today. But yes, hello to everyone who's here already. Hello to Twist, Damgum, Cody, Garrett, Surfaida. Yes. And of course, everybody else who's lurking as well. Yeah, I'm back. As you might know or not, my name is DOLLVOiD. You might also know me as Laine. I'm the speedcore loving void entity. Yeah. And I was gone for a really long time. Like, when was my last stream even? I think it was nearly 4 months ago. Okay, hold on. Let me fix the music a little bit. Ooh. Let me turn it down. Is that fine? I don't know. Let me know. Isa so small, she does not reach the screen. We are back. Yes, we are so back. Yeah. Who are you? Why am I subbed to you? That is a good question. Gone for so long that people forgot who I am. I don't know. Maybe because of my music, maybe because of other reasons. Yeah. Oh, I am quiet. Okay, hold on. Hold on. How about this? Does this work? Maybe a bit more like that. Okay, this could work. I am sorry. You can tell that it's really been a while since I've done anything of the sort. Yeah, so let me know if that works. This is how it used to be. Definitely are now louder now. Okay. Good. Yeah, I don't know. I had to change some microphone settings as well before I started the stream. I otherwise would have been muted the whole time. Yeah. So now that people can actually hear me, yes, once again, hello to everyone in the chat. The void has returned. Yeah. So, where should I start? There's so much. There's really so much to talk about. What happened? What's the reason behind all of this? So, yeah. If you take a look at my main channel with my music, where I upload my music, you will very quickly notice that my latest track, my newest track, Absolute Awakening, I forgot the title for a second, is already 8 months old. 8 months, which is definitely a long time for somebody like me who used to upload, well, every few months, yes, but never this long. And if you look at my streams, they have been very quiet as well for the past, like, 4 months nearly. When was the last stream? I think it was in the beginning of May. Something like that. So yeah, almost 4 months. And there is reasons for that. 8 months. Yeah. I quite honestly didn't even realize it myself until I actually looked and then noticed, like, it's actually been so long. 8 months. And I know that I shouldn't really feel this way, but I actually feel a considerable amount of guilt for that. Even though, yes, I know I shouldn't apologize for that, but I still am. Because it's not just that I keep you guys waiting, but also that, you know, I'm not keeping myself up to my own standards. If you get what I mean? Yeah. But then, I don't really see the point in forcing something that's not happening at the moment. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that's a good point where to start on this whole thing. Yeah. So, this whole inactivity, it started happening around, I'd say, a year and a half ago. A little bit over a year. Yeah. And part of it is there's just been so much happening in my life within that span of time. Some of you might know, yeah. It's been things lost and things gained. And a lot of things in my life were basically just flipped over. Wait, wasn't the last track facing the virtual abyss from Nyonya 2? It was somewhere in May, not 8 months. That one is from November 2025. Yeah, that is already that old. The album dropped in November 2025. I very clearly remember that. I mean, it's nowhere near the longest hiatus I've seen for VTubers, and even if it was, it would be fine. Yeah, people have been gone for longer, that's for sure, but it's somewhat of a weird thing with me where I think I need to be delivering like people are expecting it from me. I mean, yes, in a way they are, and well, yeah. Alright, my brain definitely was mixed up, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Still, that's already almost a year. Wow. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, a lot of things in my life got turned over. So many things changed, and I've learned and realized a lot of things about myself. And, you know, I've been thinking a lot, mainly about my future and the path that I want to take, both as DOLLVOiD as well as Isa, like the real life, the human realm Isa. And yeah, part of that includes my music. I've been somewhat unhappy with my music in a way for a while now. Well, not really that I dislike it. Although recently with the stuff that I've been making, I don't know, I never got it to sound quite right like I imagined it. Since, well, yeah, things have just started to sound the same to me. Yes, of course, I do have this sort of signature sound that I do want to keep for sure, but you know, I want to put in some different things in there too. Not just basically the same thing just over and over again, what I've basically been doing. And it worked for me. It worked for me for many years. And quite honestly, I can say that about a lot of things in my life, but let's get to that later. Yeah. It's... So, no more speedcore? Actually, yes. But maybe a different kind, you know? And maybe with some other things included. It's so hard to explain what's on my mind, but yeah, this is just part of what's going on. So I've been wanting to take sort of a different direction with my music, but I haven't quite found it yet. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me quite a bit, actually. And yeah, I'm seeing some people as well talking about how they miss my old self in a way, like the rage, the harsh, the edginess. Think 2019 to 2023, like this sort of era of DOLLVOiD, or well, 2019, still Izayoi at the time. This kind of stuff. People miss that, and I'm sorry to disappoint in that way, but I don't really identify much with that anymore. Or at least not as much. There's still, you know, to some degree, I still do enjoy this sort of thing, but it's not quite what I want. I think that started to become noticeable to me in 2024, and even more recently in that past year that I just mentioned. Void Core house producer. Nah, don't worry about that. I will still be on that speedcore grind. Just, you know, a little bit more different, and I also want to go a bit more in like the hardcore direction as well. But I mean, quite honestly, if you check my tracks, whilst they are not bad, I'm not saying that. It is kind of the same sound, just repackaged differently with every time, but essentially it's kind of the same over and over, and I've been doing that for a while. For example, this exact kick that I'm using nowadays, or rather have been using, I have been using that since Insatiable Havoc for every track since the end of 2023. I definitely want to try making more kicks by myself, because that is one of my weak points. Designing sounds. I kind of suck at it. Yeah. So this has been going on, and I'm looking for something that properly reflects this newly discovered part of myself. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, that's quite relatable. 100% in support of you finding your new sound. Thank you. Gothic hardcore, yeah, that is actually pretty cool, and I've been wanting to try that for quite a while. So maybe I'll touch on that again. This is an interesting topic, actually. People change and how these changes reflect in how others perceive us, but art is like a frozen mirror into our past. That's very true. Also, how fitting that Destroy This Past is playing right now. Yeah. I mean, if you look at my tracks during that time period that I mentioned, like 2019 to 2023, you can definitely tell in what sort of state I was in. And this shifted afterwards. Which I am very happy about. Meanwhile, I have like a different kick for every song. See, okay, this is something... I want to find the balance between that, you know? I want to find the balance between that. Not introduce some sort of variety, but not in the way of it's different every time. And you can't even recognize myself in it anymore. But then at the same time, I also don't want to just repeat the same sounds, the same leads, the same kicks over and over and over again for the past 3 years. And yeah. This is basically the main thing about it. And you know, what's also been a little bit of a struggle, but also not really, since I kind of always went my own path, is that, well, you know, there is people out there into speedcore and stuff, and they're asking me to like join compilations and stuff like that. But then looking at the themes of it and the requirements, I'm realizing I very much do not fit into this. Like, and you know, for other things as well, then they're like, oh, that's too fast. Okay, actually, I have a short story there to tell you. So I'm not gonna go into great detail about this, but I was actually supposed to perform live somewhere like a month ago. But then it turned out that the guy who organized this whole thing, he didn't have a clue of what kind of music I'm making. Like, absolutely no idea. And then he realizes, and I could tell he was like, oh shit. And then saying something about a BPM limit. Yeah, you're gonna play 180 until 300? Is that right? 300 is where the fun starts! What do you mean? Like, bro did not listen to my music at all. I declined on this whole thing. And turns out it was a good decision, because apparently bro was pissed at somebody for playing one up-tempo track at 1 a.m. But yeah. Anyways, enough on that. Let's see. It's like, it's not necessary to be broke and have a tough life to be a great boxer. It is just that a lot of boxers choose their path because it was a way to reflect their personality. And the same way you cannot really keep making the same raging music once you no longer rage on the life yourself. Do you just accept the change? It's fine. That's the nature of art. Yeah, pretty much. That's a way to put it. Yeah. 300, the bare minimum. Yeah. What do you mean 300 is the limit? Yeah, that was something. I ended up turning that offer down and being like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm a good fit for this, actually. So, yeah. And me being not quite happy with my music at the moment, like where it is at right now, that sort of applies to my life as well. There has been a lot of things that I want to change. It's not like I'm deeply unhappy and I don't know, I'm just sad all the time or anything. No, it's not like that, but I definitely do want to change a lot of things about it. Yeah. My whole situation here, it kind of sucks, to be honest. Like, it could be better. It could be better. Not quite the environment that I feel comfortable in. I don't really have a lot here. Like, you need to have something that you look forward to at your place. Meanwhile, the only thing that I'm looking forward to is when's the next time I can get out of here. And on top of that, I am kind of stuck in a shitty job right now, which also makes things with music more difficult because I come home and I'm so drained that I don't have the energy for anything else but scrolling and watching random stuff. So that's been a thing also. 700 BPM. Take it or leave it. Hello, Neka. Do as you wish, I think. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do. So I have this sort of plan in my mind already. Like, for example, mentioning my job, I plan to be out of there by the beginning of next year, like January or February. Depends on the plans that I have, but yeah, I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out of there. I'm still thinking a lot about how nice it would be to just make a living with what I love doing, but quite honestly, I'm still far from that, so it is what it is. Yeah. So, in a nutshell, the inactivity can be explained by 1, me not being happy with what I'm doing at the moment, and 2, not having the energy to do much about it. I think that in order for me to become more active with my creative stuff again, I need to change things about my real life situation first. Yeah. It's a weird feeling having lived in a place your whole life but not feeling like you're at home, like you're supposed to be there. It is weird. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah. So that's basically what's been going on, and yeah, it frustrates me myself not being able to do what I want, basically. Like, time to move to Finland? I mean, I was there last week. So I actually was there last week. Some of you might have seen it, or maybe even gotten the idea from my socials, because at some point I I posted a picture of when I was at a supermarket and they sold 6-7 soda. And they sold this for like 4 euros. And yeah, from these signs, like, if like the Finnish people would recognize, like, oh, you'd save up on all the traveling. Well, true. But here's the thing. Moving in the first place is incredibly expensive. So, if that would happen... So if that were to happen, I'd have to save up a bunch as well. Which, once again, leads me back to getting out of this shitty job. She's a 10 out of 10, but she only drinks the 6-7. What you do? What are you doing? I just moved a couple months ago and then moved again a couple weeks ago in an apartment for college. So it's been a pain trying to get anything else done. Ooh. Yeah, moving twice in this short amount of time definitely isn't easy. There was a time where I moved a bunch as well, but not as often as you did. So during my like late teens, early 20s, I'd move like once per year. Every year I'd be somewhere else. Yeah. And now I've been at the same place for like 4 years. Which I also want to get out of, but Also, yeah, hello Volan. You're welcome back anytime. Nah, thank you. So, yeah, that's another small little detail right there. Most of you already know, but I was actually in Finland because I was visiting Mecca. Yes. I absolutely hate moving. That's why I've been in the same apartment for 7 years. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of... It's a lot of stuff you need to do, like all the packing and then telling everyone that your address changed and, you know, getting that changed up, and then yeah, it's annoying, yeah. That sounds bad. Draining jobs are pretty common nowadays, unfortunately. I've just accepted living with delayed life syndrome at this point. Just go with one thing at the time. Interesting. Sometimes I used to feel behind in life as well. But then, you know, I sort of came to this conclusion that I'm living my life at my own pace. And that's totally okay. Everybody does. Somehow everyone feels behind in life. But, you know, we're all just living life at our own pace. And, well, it's all of our first time living. Sometimes we make mistakes. And it's important to learn from them. Which is also something that I am doing. I am fixing my mistakes that I made a couple years ago while shaping the future that I want for myself. it's kind of a tough process to go through. So, in a way, my priorities have also shifted from just purely focusing on music to focusing on my life as well and where it's going. I feel like it's kind of important now. The moving is a huge pain. Well, yeah, packing up your stuff and leaving overnight. Yeah, I'd much more prefer to have some sort of plan. Yeah. I turned down the volume a little bit. I turned it down by another 2 decibels. Like with life and music, growing up is about learning, and when things finally click, that's when the fun starts. Yeah, I'd say so. Pretty much. Even if I think about myself 2 years ago versus now, it's not just my whole situation that has changed, but also me as a whole. I'm relearning who I am and who I want to be, where I want to be in life. Living life as how it is supposed to be paced at is an actual scam, not gonna lie. I have actually started to live a couple years ago, and it feels amazing. Everything is coming up now that I know myself more. That is really nice, and I am happy for you. That is something I'm trying to do as well. And once again, I'm not particularly unhappy about my life. It's just that, you know, it could be better, and I want to make it better. That's more like it. And yeah, I was actually freaking out about it quite a lot a couple months ago, like half a year, 1 year ago, not knowing anything. And things are sort of starting to click, sort of. There's still a long way to go, but with, you know, with every day, I figure things out just a little bit more. But, life as how it is supposed to be paced. Thinking about it, what would that even mean? In my case, at least. I'm thinking about the expectations my family would place on me back then. They don't do that anymore. They gave up. They realize they can't really tell me much on what to do with my life because I'm gonna do different things anyways. But there's still my grandmother, who's very much the typical Slavic grandma, and then she's basically like, husband when, kids when, wedding when. Well, not anytime soon. That's the standard, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. The problem with this approach is that usually stuff depends on each other. Like, if you trace the roots of small issues in your life, usually it is one huge issue you crawl towards resolving to. They're all like that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I want 7 grandchildren. Chop chop. Well, great-grandchildren in her case. My mom doesn't say that. She straight up told me, like, yeah, I can't imagine you having children. Thanks. But no. Yeah. Anyways, allowing myself to live life at my own pace and not kind of comparing myself to others. Not in that aspect even that I just mentioned, but like even with jobs and stuff like that, and money, whatever. I stopped doing that, and it's really freeing because, well, it's not my thing anyways. Who can afford children in this economy anyway? True. Yeah. Just stretching for a bit. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, basically how I felt. But yeah, those are just moments where I realize, like, I guess some people still have other expectations, but as I said, my family, pretty much, they stopped doing that. They realized, yeah, that, yeah, you go do your own thing. Yeah, I think you'll figure it out. So, yeah. That's basically what has been going on. Just me trying to figure out life as a whole, finding a new sound for myself that reflects properly these things on my mind, and also my environment, my everyday environment just being draining and just leaving me without energy to do things that I really want to do. Because, man, I'm living in a city that I've been in for my whole life, pretty much. But as I said, I never truly felt at home in it, or like I belong there. I never really made any long-lasting connections. I always had a hard time making friends as well. Like, I don't know. I know people, and they would tell me about their childhood friends they have known since, I don't know, 2nd grade or something, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have any of that. In fact, I only have one friend, which in itself is actually fine, but yeah, there's a lot of different things that make up this whole aspect. And quite honestly, it makes me a little sad traveling to different places then, and then realizing that I don't have this sort of thing at home, but I have it at other places. And then I'm just going back and I'm like, all right, here we go again. Back to reality. And yeah, it's also me thinking, wait a minute. Reality doesn't have to be that. I have free will. I can shape it to what I want it to be. It will be a lot of work, though. It will be a lot of work. And it will take a while, that's for sure. And it will be a challenge. But you know what? I'm up for it. There's like 2 people I know, that's it. Yeah, pretty much. Same here. I know, aside from my roommates, I know 2 people, and aside from my family, I know 2 people. One of them is my friend, who I've also successfully dragged to Nyonya back in March last year. And the other one is a former roommate of mine. We used to live together in like 2019. And I consider her like not really as that close of a friend. We see each other maybe like twice a year. But, you know, every now and then we'd catch up about life, and that's it basically. The rest of my friends, yeah, they're pretty much scattered all over Europe for the most part. Yeah. And I have a few in Germany as well, but these guys also live quite a bit away. Yeah. So how my life here looks like if I'm... Wait, no, let me rephrase that. So basically how my life here looks like is I wake up, I go to work, I hate work, I go back home, maybe buy some food, and then I just sit at home. Do I make music? Not really. Because I'm just like, ugh. Yeah. That's pretty much it. But oh, you could go outside more often. You could look for events that interest you in your area. I'm trying. I've actually been taking quite a lot of walks here recently, partially because I don't want to entirely disconnect from the place, but is it helping? Not really. And part of it is also like, I don't know, I don't want to be sitting at home all the time. I gotta do something at least. Yeah. Since I'm pretty much terminally online, my online friends are like my best / only friends. I get that. But don't mind not really having IRL friends. Maybe I'm weird. I mean, if it works for you. Well, you at least have a commute to the work. Once you work remote, the loop isn't close within a single room. Yeah, but even if I would find a job, like a remote job, that I would still go outside. I actually like going outside. Shocking. Speedcore producer and VTuber likes to go outside? Walks are good, yeah. They are. Also, hello, Duckbuster. Welcome. Having IRL friends with similar interests is a blessing. Yeah, it really is. See, that's another thing. That one friend that I do have locally, we don't really share interests much. Unfortunately. Although, you know, they will listen to what I have to say and, you know, listen to me talk about my interests. It's very clear that they're not really interested. But hey, they went to Nyonya with me, which is great. But then at the same time, they were saying like, there's nothing going on over there. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, bye. I'm going to Finland for the 3rd time in a year.
But outside is so scary. No, I don't want to go outside.
Getting back about your music, that you don't know where to take it or rage is not there anymore. Best ideas are ones that are genuine. No amount of overthinking or production skills won't save it. Yeah? See, this is another thing. This is another thing about my music. I overthink it a lot. Which I need to stop doing. It calls upon us. Nothing going on over there. What the hell? I love Finland. Same here! My best memories have been made there! But then again, different interests, different things going on in our lives. Yeah. Just stop thinking. Yes. Wait, do it again in the high pitch. We've been missing that.
Oh, really?
I don't even know if I can do it anymore. It's been so long. But yeah, those eyes that you saw right there, those are part of the things that I've updated about my model. So yes, that is also something that I have been working on. I don't really know if any of you have noticed since, well, it's been so long since you saw me in general, but there is quite a bit of things that I have changed about the model. It's mainly about the eyes, as you can see. Let me come a little bit closer to you. See, there's some more stuff going on in my eyes. They're brighter, and yeah, more things going on, like this reflection sort of thing. And well, yeah, there is some general improvements to the movement as well. Let me get away from you for a bit so you can see me in my full glory. Yeah. That's basically what it looks like. Not really a huge difference, but you can see it. Also, yeah, update. This, I'm no longer entirely flat. Like, there's something going on. It's not much, but it's honest work. There's still life in these eyes. You might want to argue that there's even more life in those eyes now. One of my friends also makes music, has been a 1-year-long rave buddy and a person that I've made music with. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, having friends like that share your interests and also, you know, you can work on stuff like that together. That must be really cool. Yeah. Staring into the void. Yeah, speaking of my eyes, there's some more changes to them. So, one of the new expressions you've already seen is this one. Those sad eyes. Ah. Yeah. That's one of them. What else? Oh yeah. So, I think the spiral ones, they're pretty much looking the same. Little bit smaller, maybe? Or maybe not. I don't even remember myself how I look like. Ooh. Oh, you wanna listen to speedcore. Ooh. So that was one of the expressions. And the other one is a very, very interesting one. Now, let me show you. Let me come closer. Even closer for that. Uncomfortably close. Alright. Look into my eyes. Yep. They change color now. And if I come even closer, you can see in my eyes that the heart pupils actually pulsate. Alright. Let me go back. So that's basically what I've been working on. Yeah, combining these expressions is also fun to do because, well, there's still this one. What I like about it is that the glow of the eyes is more noticeable now. "16 times the detail." Yonder mode void. Like this. Trust me, even pro producers overthink their stuff. Me very much included, although I'm not pro. But a lot of it is to learn how to flesh out the idea without losing the soul. Yeah. This is something that I need to nail, I think. But overthinking? Yeah, I don't think I've met anyone who doesn't overthink when it comes to stuff like that. I don't think I've ever met anyone. She's right behind me, isn't she? When you're opening up that ketchup pack and it genuinely explodes in your hands. That's what happens. Oh no! Oh no, I spilled the ketchup all over myself. No! Also, it's warm again in my room. But at least it's not incredibly hot. You know, in Germany, it's only now that it's become cooler, but for the past 2 months and a half, it's been incredibly hot, like 40 degrees hot. Well, not for 2 months straight, but every now and then the temperature would reach 40, and then it would be above 30 at least, but mostly around 35. It was hell. It was actual hell. Still no AC or room fan. Well, I do have a fan, but the thing is that I bought this thing in like 2018 or something, and it's very much on its last breaths. And AC, well, Germans and AC, Yeah, no, that's not happening. And even if I wanted to, and I could afford it, they were sold out everywhere. Same with the fans. They were sold out everywhere after the first heat wave, and they just never restocked. So even if I wanted to buy myself that was not happening. And it never got cool at night either. Yeah, actually. Like, even at night, the temperatures would still be like 26 degrees. My room would never drop below 29 for the most part. And 29 was like the coolest that I could get it. Mostly it was above 30 in my room. And at some point, it even reached probably around 35. And that's where I reached the point and was like, okay, you know what? I would rather go outside. That's how bad it is. Hopefully I was close to the beach. Yeah, when you live close to a beach, it's better. But me, I live nowhere close to any beach. So sad. Can't imagine living without AC. Like, bro, I keep it at 18. How do you bear freaking 40? Do you guys just fry like, yes? Yes. Actually, yes. And it's actually a very serious thing because I then found out through the news, actually through the news while I was in Finland, that in Germany, 14,000 people died because of, like, during that heat wave. During those 2 months of heat. 18 degrees! That's cold! Like, the room at 18? Yeah, I like it a little warmer, but not 40! What the fuck is a kilometer? Sweet 40 degrees. Yeah. I do not want to experience this ever again, but unfortunately, it's only getting more likely. Yay. The sweet relief I had last week. I was sitting in the heat and like, okay, yes, finally, I can leave in 2 weeks. I don't have to bear that at least for 1 week. But then I came back to Germany and the temperatures are actually bearable. I mean, sure, it's still like 26 degrees, but that's way better than 36. The sun is a deadly laser. No one is safe from the unmatched power of the sun. Yeah, at some point during one of those 40-degree days, I actually went out because my room was just unbearable because it was, as I said, around 35 degrees and it also was pretty humid. So I just left and I went to some random mall just for their AC and I spent a few hours there. And then I also spent a few hours, like 2 hours, in the metro station because it was nice and cool there. Like, after the mall closed, I was still sitting in the metro station for another 2 hours for it to be not as unbearably hot anymore, because by the time that mall closed, it was still 36 degrees. So I was just chilling there, and the thing is that I wasn't the only person who had this plan. There was multiple people just sitting there and chilling. Yeah. I don't know about Germany specifically, but here in France, even if you can get an AC somehow, and you can foot the electric bill for it, you're often restricted to the portable ducted ones. Yeah, it's the same in Germany. Yeah, it's the same. The split ones that actually work can actually be banned either at the city level or the building or street level for aesthetic reasons. Yeah, it's the same. It is the same. So, yeah. It sucks. Apparently there's like monsoons in Mexico causing that or something. Oh yeah, El Niño. So this is another thing. This is another thing that I've been dealing with in the past months, because who wants to work? Who wants to work on music in that heat? You can't focus on anything. It's just survival at this point, literally. I was sleeping with the fan on full blast. Actually, the fan was running for those 2 months nearly straight. The only exception was when I wasn't at home. That's when it wasn't running. But other than that, it was just constantly running. And what I then also did at some point is, you know those rubber bottles that you fill with hot water? Yeah, I froze one of those. I froze one of those and then I put it on my legs. Objective survive, yes. That's pretty much what it was like. Objective survive. Been focusing that annoyance into music this summer, really. When life gives you lemonade, you said lemonade, that's explosive. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to channel that. That is also something I've been doing a lot. But in my case, it was just the sort of rage that I felt within me. And this is just gone. Germany has been notorious for being the weird kid in this matter. They're just doing shit. I mean, not just there. Not just there. But yeah, it's sort of the same issue from what I have heard, that most of the time, if you're renting, at least, yeah, you can only have those portable ones. But I no longer have to deal with that. It is over. Maybe there will be like a few days that are gonna be warmer, but at least nowhere 40. And it's nearly September. We are now heading towards the end of the year. And we're also, with that, heading closer to unmuted Japan. Yeah. It's only around 50 days left until I depart. And that's crazy to think about. That is less than 2 months. In less than 2 months from now, I will be in Japan. Which I still can't really realize. Like, it feels so unreal. What do you mean? This has been This has been something that I have dreamed about for so long. Since the very beginning of when I started to make music, I was always like, I wish I could play in Japan one day. And now it's happening. It is finally happening. Actually, not only that, I get to stay there for 3 weeks. So I will be in Japan from November 20th all the way to... Wait, October 20th, yes. All the way to November 11th. So, yeah, 3 weeks. With my performance in Osaka being on November 8th. Yes. But of course, I will be at all 3 locations of the Unmuted Japan tour. Not performing at all 3, of course. That's just in Osaka, but still. I will be there. I will be there. You will find me. The void enters Japan. I'm hyped and same. Yes, yes, yes. I am super hyped about it as well. Sure, there's some worries that come with it. Like, I think the biggest thing really is first time in a country that's so far away from home. Thinking about it, really, I'm gonna be like what, 9,000, 10,000 kilometers away from home? That is a lot. That is a lot. A little scary to think about, but well, considering the plans I have, yeah, I think it will be just fine. Other side of the planet, well, kinda, but not quite. Europe really is like kind of in the middle of everything, but still, Japan is super far away. Basically about Isa in Japan right now in a couple months. Not even in a couple months, it's just a month and a half basically. A bit more than that, but less than 2 months. So, for anyone that might also be going and still doesn't have accommodations booked, unfortunately Sapporo is super expensive right now because of some boy band having announced a concert there, and they sold out pretty much immediately. And it's of course right on the Unmuted weekend. During our search for different hotels, I think it was in Osaka, there was actually one where they advertised their rooms. You know, you'd just see a room and then they describe it, the features of it, and then in large letters, in those big ass letters, it would say unlimited alcohol. advertising the good stuff, you know. Unlimited alcohol. That's what we're looking for. Yes! I thought it was fucked even before. Really? Because when we checked before, it wasn't that bad. I was curious about that unlimited alcohol. holy shit, Osaka meltdown. Is it included in the room? I think so. I think so. All of the rooms were advertised like that, actually. Like every single room. You'd look at the website, and then every single room would say unlimited alcohol. Let's see. I've been dreaming about visiting Japan for like 10 years at this point. Not sure if I will ever be able to fulfill it, but damn, I'm kind of envious. Excited to hear the next yapping stream. Oh yeah, I will talk all about it. Part of me is also thinking about, you know, what if I make like a vlog style video in a way? That might be interesting. That could be something. And yeah, there's some plans in my mind. Yes, yes. The Isa vlog, yeah. Because, well, there will be a lot to talk about, so could be interesting to sort of make a whole video and then putting all of those clips together and yeah. DOLLVOiD 13. Hey Isa, I have a random question, or overall a question to chat. Anyone maybe has a recommendation for some budget but good sounding mic? First of all, what is your budget? So anyway, if you want to support Void's journey in Japan, you can go here. Yeah. I'm very excited for the trip. Something that I've also found out about Japan is that food, like eating out, is incredibly cheap. Like, compared to what I would have expected. It's cheaper than eating out in Germany. You can get like a big meal and a beer for, I guess, like 10-ish euros if you were to convert it, or even less. Why is it always playing the same tracks? No, give me something different. Give me this. Damn, this track is on 690,000 views. 69. Yeah, nice. Ah. Almost free alcohol. Yeah, that will be good. I'm also looking forward to meeting all of the people in Japan, all of the artists, and getting to hang out and getting to see all of these places. And yeah, M3 will also be in Tokyo that weekend, where Unmuted was also gonna be, so That might be interesting to check out as well. Booking that hotel right now. Yeah, you're welcome for the reminder, I guess. But in all honesty, you should open a donation link. I might? Yeah? That brings me back to my thoughts of wishing that I could make a living just doing the things that I love. I wish to get to this point at some point. Wait! You booked the unlimited alcohol? Did you actually book that one? Incredible. Another thing that I've been doing recently, ever since I came back from my trip last week, I have been on that drawing grind for some reason. I don't know, I've been having a lot of fun just drawing various things, really. We'll find out how unlimited it really is. Definitely let us know. I need to know. That's freaking amazing. He actually goes ahead and books that unlimited alcohol hotel. Absolute peak. Drunk Buster. But yeah, I've been drawing quite a bit of stuff recently, and it's been fun. Wait, where did it go? Let me show you. I want to show off what I'm doing. Wait, no, that's gonna be huge. I need to make it small. No. I kind of feel like at school when you'd bring something to the class and talk about it. But yeah, here's one of the drawings that I made. Yes, very nice. Yes, oversized black t-shirt, very nice. Then the other one, which I quite like, is this one. I call it Portable Void. And I sketched this up in less than... about an hour. It's me being lifted up. Yay. Very beautiful, very powerful. Thank you very much. Poland mode activated. Behold, the void. You really did lock in on drawing. Yes! Now, next. I hope music's gonna be next. There's also another one. There's a third. Where is it? Where is it? It's here. Yeah. Yes. Sure. Hold on. Where did my folder go? And then there's this. Look at that. I'm chilling in there. This one, made in like 50 minutes. But to be fair, I literally just drew over a picture that I sent in my server earlier that week. Yeah. But still, I think it's pretty cool. Yes. Oh! I'm chilling in the O. I am chilling in the O of a certain city in northern Finland. Isa, what do you think of X001? Oh yeah, I have not listened to it yet. Sorry about that. I have not listened to it yet. Picked up like a misbehaving cat. Okay, cat girl Isa, when? I might be cooking. But yeah, drawing has been fun. Now I hope the inspiration for music will come back as well. That would be great. Neighbors yelling outside. Great. So here's another thing. Here's another thing about my current living situation. There's always somebody yelling. Always. So right now it's some kids outside. That's fine. They're playing whatever. But the other day it was like 1:30 a.m. I was getting ready for bed and I had my windows open because it was raining outside, and it's, you know, it's nice to fall asleep to the sound of rain, you know? Except the rain stopped, and instead, I was hearing a guy that went, "Woohoo! Yay!" Like, over and over again. He, like, bro was filled with joy. Or maybe drugs, I don't know. But he was very happy about something. And then I would have the Greeks fighting pretty much every day. Greek people fighting, and they'd be screaming at each other. And I understood every single word. I'd be at the window just listening like, all right. So, quite noisy. Yes. Ah. He was betting on will the Greeks fight. Seems like he won. Actually, listen to me. I have not heard the Greeks for a while now. Turns out they're on vacation in Greece. I started to suspect that you just attract yelling people. Like, even when you traveled, there was a guy screaming about Jesus. Oh, yeah! When I was in the Netherlands last year. Yeah. There was this guy, like, right at the central station, yelling something about Jesus. What exactly? I don't know. I don't speak Dutch, but it was something. Your stay is confirmed. Your unlimited alcohol is secured. Hell yeah. Oh, you're gonna have a great time. Gotta make use of that. I still have a grape here. Nice. Yeah. This is exactly how they would advertise their rooms. But of course, the unlimited alcohol is in all caps. Royal suit twin. Smoking. Unlimited alcohol! But yeah, I don't know if I could do a smoking room. Not the biggest fan of cigarette smell. Actually, I don't like it. But I guess when you smoke yourself, you kind of don't care. One less thing to worry about. Oh, it will be even less if you make use of that special feature that room has. Is there freaking... There's a massage chair? Full-on luxury. Imagine, you have the massage chair and the unlimited drinks. Oh, this is gonna be... You're gonna have a great time. I can feel it. You're gonna have an amazing time. I'm feeling pretty good about it as well. Like it's gonna be a good time. A little bit scary, as I said, because oh, that's super far away. But considering everything, yeah, it'll be good. Flights are secured. I'm not flying alone, which also makes it a lot better. One thing that will be interesting, though, is my work. Because these guys cannot go even a few days without me. You know, so far, I only took 6 days off in total. 4 days now, 2 days around my birthday. And I took 2 sick days. And, on my vacation days. Both times they asked me if I could come into work, and I said no. I took the day off for a reason. Like, one of them was the day after my birthday. And they were asking me, hey, so when are you gonna do your work today? I took the day off. Yeah, but we kind of can't keep up. So, could you do your work from Monday on Tuesday? Yeah. So that was one thing. And then the other that was now. All right. So, I was in Finland. They knew I was in Finland. They knew I was there until that Monday. And on Sunday, like around 10 p.m., they sent me a message. Amongst talking about other things, they were like, so when are you gonna do your work on Monday? Like, not at all. I took the day off, you know that? Yeah, but is there a way that you could do it? I am literally over 2,000 kilometers away, and I will be at home at like 11:30 a.m. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. even if I could, that I would come into work. I took the day off. Oh, okay, I'll take care of it then. And the funny thing is that I fully expected that. I fully expected that, and by that point, I was actually laughing. I was sitting there and I was laughing about it because I knew that this was gonna happen. Yes, this was the 1100 BPM track that you got right. Alright, really glad to see you getting back on track. Unfortunately, the washing machine wants my attention, as well as other stuff. See ya. Stay sane, Isa, and have fun in Japan. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching the stream. And yeah, take care of that washing machine. Oh yeah, right. We need to figure our flights to/from Helsinki in a few weeks. Yep, we're gonna do that. Bruh, world will end the next day and boss will still ask you to come in. Pretty much. Sounds like they're trying to guilt trip you. Yeah, that's nothing new. That is absolutely nothing new. And I'm curious to see what will happen if I'm gone for not just 3 days, but 3 weeks. Because basically what I'm doing now is I'm using up all of my remaining vacation days on this trip. And they also know about it. I told them pretty early on that later in the year, like, hey, I'm going to Japan and it will be 3 weeks. So they can't say either that, oh no, we didn't know. Why didn't you tell us? I told you back in February. You need to create a doppelganger. Yes. How to clone myself. That would actually be useful. I told them well in advance, and I also expect crap. Yeah, same here. As I said, I told them back in February that I will be going to Japan for 3 weeks because they also know that aside, like, that in my free time I do this whole music thing, and they also know that I've had live performances in different countries, and I told them that, you know, I might get booked somewhere and then I'd need to take the days off. They know about that and they're like, oh yeah, that's no problem at all. We're all here to support you on your dreams. So, yeah. I'll be bringing that up with them pretty soon. Again, like, yeah, I need those 3 weeks. And no, I can't come in. I'm on the other side of the world. Yeah. Gotta go now. I have a movie to watch. Hope you enjoy Japan. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy your movie. Yeah. Teleport. Yeah. I can't believe how bad of an employee I am. Like, why wouldn't I just teleport to my work during my vacation? That's so inconsiderate of me. Oh no. Yeah. I bet they wish I could do that. And that's part. That whole thing is also part of the reason why I want to leave. Another reason is that it's simply not my thing. It was temporary from the start, and as time progressed, they kind of showed more and more what they're really on about. Yeah. I just hope for next year that I can manage to better my situation. Yeah. But until then, it is what it is. I will actually start applying to new jobs pretty soon, since it'll likely take a few months anyways until I find something. And as I said, I want to be out of there by the beginning of next year. So as I said, like January, February. Can't really do it before because, well, the Japan trip exists. I could have already looked for a new job, but that wouldn't have been great. Being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the next week off, like, immediately, and then I'm gonna take another 3 weeks off in 2 months. Yeah. They're not gonna let me do that. So I gotta wait until next year when I've done all of my traveling for the year, basically. There was plans for Christmas as well, but looking at the prices, I'm sorry, but I'm not paying 800 euros for a flight ticket. Unfortunately. So that's unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah. But the whole application thing, yeah, I'll get started on that within the next weeks, probably. Sending out applications, please get me out of my job. Why? Why what? Also, my eye is itchy. And I've been sneezing a lot. Ever since I came back last week, I've been just sneezing a bunch. Luckily not right now, but the days before I'd be sneezing so much. And not as in I have a cold, but more like allergies. Why not buying a ticket? I mean, 800 euros for a flight ticket is super expensive considering where I wanted to go. Is your home dusty? Actually, yes, and that is the reason why I'm sneezing a bunch. My home is always dusty. No matter what I do, there's so much dust around. I can't get rid of it. And then I came back and there was even more dust. I hate it. When flight prices are closer to 1K when they're normally about 300 to 400, yeah. I mean, it's kind of not surprising considering the timing. But still, that much? You got used to clean, fresh air and all. Too used. Yeah. So, the thing is, okay, yes, my home is super dusty. It always is. No matter how much I clean, the dust is back within hours. But even outside, I'm outside and I'm sneezing and I don't have any pollen allergies. The only allergies that I know of are dust and one specific antibiotic that I had the absolute pleasure not of finding out after I took it. So yeah, I come back to Germany and I'm sneezing all over the place. My parents want me to get a job by next semester, but I don't know if I'll have time for it with college. Yeah, it's kind of hard to manage having both of these things at the same time. I mean, you could go part-time, but still. Finding a solution where you can earn money on the side while not compromising your studies in any way, that would be great, but yeah. I don't even know how you even start looking. Yeah, I don't know about how it is in the US. But here, I'm kind of just looking at... I'm just kind of looking at job offers online and just sending applications there. Yeah. I'm so not used to talking this long. I actually can notice in my throat that my voice is sort of starting to get tired. See, back at home, like when I'm not streaming or anything, I used to go days without speaking to anyone in real life. I mean, besides maybe saying hello to the cashier at the supermarket. Other than that, I would go days without speaking to anyone. It's not the best. Well, now I have a new roommate that greets me with a high-pitched hi every time I come home. She's super nice. Although it took me a while to get used to. And now I get to actually talk to people. In February, I will be working as a tour guide around my city, talking about the history of railroads in my city. Self-employed. Oh! That is so cool, actually. That is really nice. Especially since you told me that you like to go on a bunch of walks and discovering different things in your area. I think this will work great for you. Me finding out the hard way that one specific antibiotic doesn't fit me. It worked to the cause, but it has a super rare and serious side effect of literal fear of death. Oh. That is really bad. It was weird, like I knew it was caused by something else, but constantly felt like the Grim Reaper sitting on my shoulder with their sight on my throat. That sounds terrifying. That sounds absolutely scary. Yeah, for me it was more like I was just straight up allergic to it. Like I took it, the reaction was delayed. I took it, I finished the course, I'm like, okay, yeah, great. And then, like 2 days later, I break out all over my body. It's super itchy, and I'm just like, what the hell is this? And it was a weekend, so all the regular doctors were closed, so I had to go to one place that was open on the weekends, and I walked in, and by my look, she immediately knew what was going on and which exact antibiotic I took. She was like, yeah. Was kind of funny to me because the second I walked in, she said that. So, yay. But other than that, yeah. Yeah, I walk around abandoned stations and stuff. After my pharmaceutical studies, I will be doing postgrad in railway operation. Oh, that's far, far into the future. Ah, interesting. There it is. Yay. Ah, that sounds like a good plan. Sure, plans can change if they're still that far into the future, but I think it's really good to have a general idea like this and, you know, knowing what you want in a way. For me, if it comes to like those basic careers, I still have no idea. have a younger brother who's a teenager, and he's also figuring out on what he wants to do when he grows up. And then he asks me, yeah, what was your dream job? What is your dream job? And I'm like, I never had one. Gesundheit, danke. Na zdrowie. Dziękuję. Getting out all of the languages here. Man, speaking of languages, I really gotta lock in with Finnish. I really gotta lock in. Like, okay, good. I understand a decent amount, actually. But speaking it myself, that is the true challenge here. I mean, it's really just getting over myself. That's all it is, really. Okay, can it not play the same tracks all the time? We literally just listened to this. Yeah, sure, give me this. Yeah, I think the clips are gone. I think the clips are gone, actually. Right. Yeah, what else was here? You got everything planned out, like, holy shit. Gotta do it for my girlfriend. Finally got a reason to do best in my life. Aw. That's cute. Yeah, I don't know why or what happened, but I heard that clips got removed. Which sucks. Did you know that the Mortal Kombat theme is based on a Scandinavian song? Oh, I did not know that. Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. As I said, I really gotta get over myself and lock in, because it's really just myself that's holding me back, which annoys me. Because my worry is that I mess up or sound weird, but of course I will mess up. That's part of learning, which goes for anything pretty much. Be right back. Gonna get some more yogurt grecki naturalny. Also, I noticed they have like this automatic translate function in the chat now. Interesting. Just YOLO, bro. Pretty much. Pretty much. This goes for pretty much anything. To not overthink things and just do them. I could say the same about my music. I could say the same about my life as a whole. To just do things and not overthink on them. But then again, I gotta get over myself. This big old creature standing on your screen. Yup. Well, not on your screen, but in your screen. You get what I mean. YOLO works when you're a teen. Well, yes, but also no. With some certain things, you gotta just do it. No matter your age. Like, just do it. Thinking about it more. Yeah. I'm probably capable of more things that I think. Seems so fun than what? Oh! Oh! Like, finish him! Fuck! I'm stupid. Ha! man. What the hell just happened? It took a while to process that. Isa, will you hop on? What is that, if I may ask? Yeah, sorry, I've been incredibly out of the loop with things. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what's happening. Me neither. What is going on? Finish him. New track. Oh, I see, I see. Nice. What time is it again? Ooh. I like those titles though. Poland, let's go. Polska. In like 6 hours. Ah, okay, okay. So quite literally midnight. I don't know. Unfortunately, employment exists. Gone are the days of me staying up until 4 a.m. for no reason. It's it's also something I've been trying to get back into, because after 1 week off, my sleep schedule shifted a little bit back to what I'm more used to, because if I don't have anything going on, my sleep schedule is more like I sleep from like 3 to 11 or 2 to 10. Late at night, though. And now, with work, it's like, yeah, actually, you need to start at 9 a.m. at the latest now. Which, by the way, happened after I was sick for 2 days because I screwed up my back. Okay, so I screwed up my back and I could barely walk because of the pain, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna stay at home and, you know, not gonna go to work. And before that, you know, I had the freedom of just doing my work whenever I wanted. That was one of the things that they told me at the beginning, like, oh yeah, our place is great to work at because of this. You can just go to work whenever you want. You can have your own schedule. And then I came back after 2 days. They're like, we need you to come in at 9 at the latest. So basically I lost my come to work whenever you want privileges. Well, it's not whenever I want. It's more like it should be done before 6 p.m. But other than that, I'm just free to do whenever. Well, not anymore! Huh. There's a lot of things you could buy there. What did I buy there the last time? Well, for one, I bought a new bed. But other than that, storage boxes. I have a bunch of random stuff in my room. So I bought some storage boxes and I put them under my bed because my room is really not the biggest and my stuff, it doesn't even fit there, so yeah, gotta make the best out of that little space I do have. But yeah. moving out of there at some point, it would be great. But when's that gonna happen? Nobody knows. Huh. Could work, maybe? Fixing that? Did you see my collab? No, I have not. Not yet. I will check it out. When was that uploaded, actually? This whole album? The Yandere theme, of course. Of course! I wouldn't expect anything else from you. He's so behind on peak. Excuse me, I sorta have a bunch of other things on my mind. I apologize. I pinged y'all like 67 times on the Discord server. Yeah, but even pinging me 68 times won't change the fact that I have a bunch of other things to do and on my mind. And that album is also really, really long. Job is no excuse. But yeah, how long is that thing even? 6 hours, 13 minutes! Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no wonder I haven't listened to that yet. Please do not. Okay, I'm gonna say something there. This is sort of part of what I believe that I no longer fit in. Because your theme is very different from what I want to go for. I do not carry those themes within me anymore. Well, not really to that extent. Where I think I would be accurately representing them. As in, so for the people that don't know, the themes of this upcoming album, they are irrational fears, phobias, nightmare fuel, uncanny valley, fear-inducing things in general, which I don't know, doesn't feel like me. German or not. It's... yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be the happiest, most upbeat, cute producer. No, that's not happening. That's not what's going on. But it's not really like I'm going into these dark depths of scary things anymore. I don't know how to explain it. The whole label is dark theme. Yeah. And that's why I don't think I'll be accurately representing that. That's also why I didn't make anything for the first one, part of it. What happened to... Oh, there we go. We know, but understandable. It's... yeah. That is something that I mentioned earlier in the stream as well, like feeling that my music doesn't fit in with a lot of things, because most of the speedcore scene that I have, well, from what I have experienced nowadays, it's this. It's this. Like dark, scary, all that sort of stuff. Very harsh. Not really much on the melodic side. And that's what a lot of people want. But I don't fit that theme. I don't fit that theme. That's how it is. But on the other side, whatever else there is, they're like, oh, that's too fast. So I'm kind of just out there doing my own thing, and it seems to work for me. Well, basically, speedcore is meant to be dark and underground because it's making it mainstream as well. I'm not looking to make it mainstream. That is also not my goal. But yeah, that is actually also something that I have heard, like, oh, DOLLVOiD is not underground enough anymore. Oh. But who really cares? Who really cares about that? Because I don't. If people don't want to listen to me because of that, then sure, that's fine. Everything is fine. Everyone is entitled to listen to what they want, even if that doesn't include me, because not underground enough, not dark enough, not whatever. I'm just saying what's on my mind. I'm not meaning this as a personal attack, but yeah. You can make dark underground music while keeping it mainstream. Yeah, I know it doesn't to be mainstream. I'm not calling you mainstream because I really like your music, but yeah. So, okay, just to get it right, what are you trying to say there? What are you trying to say? I wanna hear you out. Probably two different sides of the community. I wouldn't even say that. At this point, I'm really just doing my own thing. I'll just make what I want, and if that works for people, then great. If not, then oh well. It seems to work somehow, though. I have built my own audience over the past couple years, which I am very happy about, and yeah, other than that, I don't know, I don't think that much about it. I don't really think much about it. Originally I started making music as a way to express myself and whatever is on my mind, and that has not changed. What has changed are the things on my mind or what's going on in my life, but the reason why I'm making music has never changed. It's a way to express myself. But now it's more, you know, the things I like, the things I want, I guess. I don't know, it's complicated to talk about. But yeah, really curious on what you are trying to say there, but yeah. In a sense, to me, speedcore was always based on dark things and dark themes. It's just that I don't want speedcore to become a style of production, but for it to say as a genre, like I'm not trying to, but it's still staying its own genre. And yeah, most of it is that dark and harsh theme. I'm not gonna argue you on that. I'm just saying that I'm sort of choosing my own path and sort of doing whatever and what I want. Sure, that might mean that I don't really fit in a certain community, but I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. It's not gonna be like suddenly everyone wants to make speedcore. It will stay mostly underground, so I guess you don't have to worry about that. You guys seem to be more tapped in on the Western side of things. Like Western artists, and those have this really like harsh sound, which I do appreciate here and there as well. But I was always more drawn into the Japanese side of things, like how Japanese artists make it more on the melodic things as well. As everybody knows, Kobario was and still is a big inspiration for me. So I'm more leaning towards that side. Not trying to argue. Yeah, no, you're fine. But I think we just want different things. And especially with me now trying to figure out some new ways of production, of self-expression, of pretty much everything. But you're saying you can make that sort of music if you want, but if you don't feel like it, no need to force it, pretty much. And that's how I see it with pretty much any kind of music. That's also part of why I haven't made anything in the past 8 months. Because it really felt like I was just forcing it. And yeah, exactly. As I said, I don't want to make and release music just for the sake of pushing something out there. I want it to be genuine, and I want it to... I want me to be happy with my own work. Sure, in a way, as I said, I also feel that sort of guilt for not providing as much or something. But in the first place, I'm making this whole thing for myself, because if not for myself, for my own enjoyment, why am I doing this really? And in those past 8 months, not knowing what I want to do, it really would have felt like I'm forcing myself, and you would have definitely been able to tell if I were to release something. You would be able to tell that there's no, like, it lacks my soul behind it in a way. You can feel when music is made because somebody really needs to express something. Fake energy doesn't move anything. Sometimes a track with hundreds of layers and details is genuine, and sometimes a track with just a kick drum and angry vocals is genuine. Yep. Pretty much, yeah. I missed 2 hours of stream. Whoops. I mean, there's still the VOD. Yeah, most of the important parts have been discussed already. I'm sorry. Yeah, what's the point of doing something if you're not into it? Yeah, right. It shouldn't be forced out for the viewers, but should be made as an art for expression. Yeah. I very much agree on that. But as I said, at the same time, I'm feeling like I'm letting people down and I'm keeping everyone waiting. But then again, does it really matter that much? Especially if I'm not doing this professionally. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a normal person handling all of this stuff on my own. I'm making my own streams and preparing them. I'm producing my own music. I'm drawing the artwork for them. I'm making a video for them as well. Although, yeah, it's very simple, but still, I make that as well. Then I gotta post about it as well. And, well, all that on top of my regular life with work and my social life and my responsibilities, all of that. It can be a lot. It can be a lot, and and sometimes real life takes up more time than I'd like. Yeah. And with me producing, I know that you guys, Notome and Demonicat, you two are very fast when it comes to producing. I'm not like that, unfortunately. It takes me a very long time to finish something and then be actually happy about it. I recently posted something, so I actually do have a track coming up. But yeah, that one, it took me really long. Like, really, really long. I think close to 40 hours in total. Which, even for me, was the longest that I've ever took. So for comparison, Insatiable Havoc took 12 hours. Me fast? I don't know, I kind of had the impression that you were fast. But anyways, I'm slow compared to that. And on top of everything else, yeah, it takes me a while. It takes me a while to have everything done. It would definitely be much easier if I had less things on my mind. Your music is fast already, so gotta nerf it somehow. Yeah. It's pretty much that. With harsher tracks, maybe, but anything else, I take forever. Yeah, I just take forever in general. Yeah, Insatiable Havoc, as I said, took 12 hours in total, and this new track I think it was 37. Let me check. Where? Yeah, pretty sure it was 37. But other than that, I usually would take like 25 recently. But, after this, I guess it's gonna be closer to 30. Especially when still figuring out, okay, what works, what doesn't. But I think once I have that done, then maybe things will get a little bit faster again. And mentioning that once more, once my whole life situation changes, it'll be much easier to focus on that as well. Because at the moment, I'm thinking about a whole bunch of other things. Yeah. Feels like I'm fast, but it's because I spend the vast majority of my time making stuff. Yeah, it's different when you have more free time and you spend literally all of your free time on music production. But I don't want to do that. That is something that I don't want to do. I have other hobbies as well, like, as I said, drawing as well. Then, you know, I do like going outside. I do like traveling. It's, yeah. I take months to make a single chaotic track that I end up being happy with, and then later I listen and, damn, I like how it sucks. It's been sort of the same for me. I've been trying to make something, and I would be thinking, oh nice, this is actually turning out really well. And then I hate it. I absolutely hate it, and I won't finish it. And I refuse to put out something that I hate. I'm sure most of you would still like it, but I don't. Yeah. I think with that, I will be ending the stream in a bit because, yeah, I do feel my vocal cords getting quite tired, but yeah, I might actually be back next week. You know, I actually really missed streaming. It's just that, well, basically same reason as everything else. A lot of things on my mind, and for streams, I don't quite know on what to do, but I do want to be back. I do want to stream more often. I do want to do more things, be able to do more things. Yeah. It's pretty much what I want to do. And that's pretty much where I will end the stream. Yeah. Let's end on a more positive note. There will be more music eventually. Life just happens. Yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that, Neka. Actually. I will be back. There will be more. Just not now, but eventually there will be a time where I will be able to do more things. More things that I want and live the life that I want. Ah! Yes! Yeah. The stream ends, but we will be back. Indeed. But yes, for now, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And actually, there's a lot of you that were there today. Yeah. I'll keep working on improving myself, my music, my streams, everything. So, yeah, I'll see you next week. Take care of yourselves. And the void within you. Yay. Goodbye.